Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Foetron Academy. My name is Harshwats, and today we will be talking about understanding and executing the variable in Excel VBA. Now, let's move forward and talk about the point to be discussed in today's video. In today's video, we will talk mainly about 2 points. In the first point, we will cover what is variable. And secondly, we will talk about how to create the variable within the procedure. That means we will write the VBA code for creating the variable and executing the position and the content of the variable within our macro. Now let's move forward and discuss what variable is. Now the thing about variable is the question that what is variable? In computer science, a variable is a storage location that you pair with a name or use to represent a particular value. That value is stored in the computer memory. That means you have a variable that represents a storage location and you pair it with a name like you have something in your drive, C drive, D drive, that has a particular software with a name on it. That is variable for now. That variable is stored in your computer memory. So in other words, you use variable as placeholders for particular values. You can think about variable as envelopes. How can you use envelope to store information? Because you put the information within it. So you can, for example, put some information inside an envelope. This is the content of the envelope, or for programming purpose, the value of the variable. So I hope you understand that how I am representing by example that variable represents an envelope, because variable like envelope has a storage location in which we put information, and whenever we need it we just tamper the envelope and open up the information. So now let's imagine that you need to tell something or somebody to get the information that is inside a particular envelope. You can describe the information that you need in either of the following ways. By describing the information itself, in this case, the person that is helping you has to open each and every envelope to check out their content, or by mentioning the name of a relevant envelope. In this case, a person helping you doesn't need to open each envelope to know where the place of information they need to get is. So there are two type of information through which you can fetch information from envelope. That means you can fetch information from variable. Either you tell the other person that this is the variable and I need this variable, or either I describe him or mention the name of relevant envelope. So this is actually the variable that we execute in particular Excel. So now let's move forward into Excel and we'll tell you how to execute the code and create the code for variable in VBA. Now we are in Microsoft Excel. So this is our basic data that has a region, expense, Jan, Feb, March, total expense with it. And it is not a lot of data that we have, but this is what we got. Now let's get back to the question of our video, that how we create and execute the variable code in VBA. So first of all, we have to go into the Visual Basic editor. How will I go there? So for that case, you have to go into the developer tab, and if you do not have a developer tab, you should go any of the main tabs, just right click on it. After that, click on customize the ribbon. In customize the ribbon option, you will get an Excel option. In Excel option, you should go into the customize ribbon. In the main tab, just go into the developer and click it. Just if it is unchecked, just check that marker. After that, put on OK. Like I've already put on OK, that's why I cancelled it. Now we are getting back to our developer tab. In the developer tab, you have a four main options. So first of all, now we do not go through all of each one, because in my previous video I have covered in detail that how each and every option will work. For now, we will go into the Visual Basic. That is a Visual Basic editor. When I click on it, you will see a new box pops up. That is Microsoft Visual Basic for Application Project 1.xlsm file. So .xlsm file, that means this is macro enabled file. If I save something or macro in this, I can execute that macro later. If it is a xlsx file, you won't be able to save that file for no next execution of the macro, because that is a normal template and this is a macro enabled template. Now we are getting back to our macro, just putting it on a full screen so you could understand in detail. So now we are in module which we have created in previous videos, and in previous video I already told you that how to add this sub procedure, in which you go into the insert tab, go for the procedure, and after that I've told you about active cell value. Now the question is like, I put something in active cell in between this column, but I don't want to do that, and I want a place, I want a variable with us. Do not want put everything in an active cell value, but I want my user input. Like if say something is put it into somewhere in a variable, and I want that variable to execute its number within my active cell, information within my active cell. How can I do that? First of all, put in enter, like put some space in between these things, and just create one more enter. After that, get into here. Now you want to execute something, so I have want to create a variable. How can I do that? First of all, type dim, just put in space. Dim is a short for dimension. There's a long story behind that why it is used, but you can easily imagine that variable is a place for storage location, so it is in some dimension. That's why there is a dimension with this. So after that, type user input, put on space as. Now, you have to add the user input. Like there are a lot of variables, like you can type it as a string, boolean, integer, and various lot of other things you can see above: average, actions, applications, models, calculations. For now, we will go for the string now. So this is a string. So we will put dimensional user input as string. That user input is a variable because I have just given the name to that variable, that is a user input. Or you can give any name according to your own choice. But just a gentle reminder to you that I didn't put any space within this also, because this is a variable and you could not and you should not put any space in between them. Then again put in some space and get into the different line. Now you have to define your user input. So what is my user input? Input is equal to, so you can type like my Excel skill are good. So now, in spite of the, like earlier you wrote just that my Excel skills are good within an active cell. Now you do not have to put that thing into this. Like you can write now user input. Now you executed that my dimension. So my dimension has a variable that is a user input, and that user input is in string form. And the user input has the information that my Excel skills are good. Now that is my active cell value, and active cell value, whatever I put in and execute, will put a user input, and user input is equal to my Excel skills are good. So I hope you understand, like this is a very simple coding. But if I put a lot of inputs, lot of different variables, and I want particular active cell, like, but for now I haven't encoded for my active cell. Like I have encoded for the C1 to give my Excel skills are good, B1 to this is good, the C1, D1, F1, and have a lot of variables. And like if you calculate a lot of variables, that gets into the complex coding. But for now we are showing you with a very simple coding. Now, how should I know that everything is good and how everything has been done correctly? Now, I will put it on the side on and we will go into the Excel. Now I put an Excel in the side screen. Now I want to execute it. Earlier I showed you how you can execute. You can go to the view tab in a macros, view macros, remove headers, but you do not have to go every time there. There is another form you can go in an VBA. That is Microsoft Visual Basic for application. You have this run form, this F5 form. If you just click it, you will see the user input. See a user input. That means active cell value is a user input and that is executed in our active cell. But that is not the case because there's something wrong with our code and we have done something wrong because it should be my skills, Excel skills are good. How can I change that? So you should always remember when your user input, when you are using a variable, you should never put in semicolon. So you have to remove this semicolon because Excel is not typing the thing that you should write. Again, you should go there and again just click on run. Now you will see my Excel skill are good because active cell value will take information from user input and user input is equal to my Excel skills are good. So this is how you perform a and create a variable in your VBA. So this is a normal code for now, but you can grow and outgrow each of this thing with your own desire, in your own choice. So certainly I am using it for simple. You can use it for the complex procedure. So with this point, I am going to end this video and I hope your queries have been cleared. And if not, kindly write us in comment section and we will surely get back to you. If this video helps in any way, kindly drop us a like and don't forget to subscribe our channel for amazing videos in future. Till then, have an amazing and good day.